Good evening, students, special guests, alumni, sponsors, faculty, and staff. Welcome to the College of Engineering's Hard Hat Ceremony. My name is Mary Stewart-Torrey, and this is Arliss Sidlowski, and we will be your MCs for this evening. I also want to take a moment to acknowledge we are gathered this evening on Treaty 6 territory and homeland of the Métis. We are grateful to have Elder Tim Ishapi and Elder Kathy Waepipa joining tonight's celebrations, along with the Honorable Daryl Harrison, Minister of Agriculture, and Dean Michael Bradley, and many other members of the college's leadership team. I am very proud to be an alumnus of the College of Engineering, having received my Bachelor of Civil Engineering here in 2005. It's hard for me to believe that my graduation was 20 years ago. I used to groan when people started telling stories about the College of Engineering back in the day, and now it's me telling those stories. From being painted red by upper year students on my second day of university, or my calculator batteries dying during a final exam, to professors who took extra time to help me, or the lifelong friends I made, many memories stick with me from my College of Engineering experience. And without a doubt, you too will become one of the back in my day people. I am also proud to represent Graham tonight. I started my career with Graham straight out of university 20 years ago as a project coordinator, and I've been really lucky to have an amazing career with them here in Saskatchewan. To work on projects at home across a wide range of industries. Potash, uranium, oil and gas, and agriculture is pretty special. Every day brings something new with opportunities for learning and problem solving. But most importantly, I found really good people at Graham, people who care about each other and the communities we work in. Graham has been a long-standing supporter of USask, and specifically the engineering program. And tonight, we continue to show our commitment to the future of engineering as the presenting sponsor of tonight's event.
I am also a proud USask Engineering alumnus, having just graduated with my bachelor's in mechanical engineering this spring. Now I've started my career working at Graham as a project coordinator. This evening marks the beginning of an exciting journey for you. It is also a full circle moment for me. 4 years ago, I sat there ready to join the mechanical engineering discipline, wondering where my journey would take me. Little did I know that Graham sticker that came on my hard hat, just like the one that you may have noticed on your own, was a sign of things to come. I am honored to be here representing Graham and helping welcome you all, including my youngest brother, into your chosen disciplines and graduate studies. As we gather this evening, we acknowledge our connection to the land and the people who built this country. Our nation's history makes us all treaty people. Our university and our city are built on Treaty 6 territory and the homeland of the Métis. It is important that we celebrate and share Indigenous ways of knowing. There is a place for all of us in engineering. Since the time of the treaties, Canada has welcomed diverse communities whose varied ancestry enriches this heritage, binding us more closely to a global community and the planet we call home. Through reconciliation, we will be the engineers the world needs and build a strong foundations in relationships that will last as long as the sun shines, the grass grows, and the rivers flows. Graham is honored to support the Hard Hat Ceremony, and we are proud to celebrate you as future USask engineers as you build your path to becoming engineers the world needs. Tonight is a special milestone in your academic path as you enter your chosen discipline and publicly recognize your decision and set your course.
I would like to give a warm welcome and note of appreciation to the alumni and industry partners who are joining us this evening, especially those who will be welcoming students into their disciplines and celebrating their anticipated arrival into our alumni family and engineering community. Thank you as well to our sponsors for their commitment to engineering education. Graham Construction, our presenting sponsor of the ceremony. Our hard hat sponsors, the Engineering Advancement Trust and the Association of Professional Engineers and Geoscientists of Saskatchewan. Hatch, our ethics sponsor, and our discipline sponsors, Atkins Realis, Westcan Seal Coating, OK Consultants, Women in Mining, Women in Nuclear Saskatchewan, also known as USask, Kaylee in Advanced Technologies, K+S Potash Canada, Synovus Energy, and Delco Automation.
Now in its second decade, the hard hat ceremony continues to be a valued tradition. So some of you may have attended a previous ceremony, but for those unfamiliar, I will explain how the evening will proceed. Students, you should all have a hard hat, but please don't put it on until you're asked to do so later on in the program. Also, please hold on to your statements of ethics cards. We will begin the evening with a prayer from Elders Tim Ishapi and Kathy Wapapepa, remarks from Dean Michael Bradley, and then next we'll hear from Alumnus and Engineering Advancement Trust Board Trustee Philip LePage, followed by Ethan Farthing, Council President of the Association of Professional Engineers and Geoscientists of Saskatchewan. Then we will invite our Masters of Science, Masters of Engineering, and PhD students to the front of the room, where alumni and faculty will officially welcome them into their programs. Following the graduate students, we will have the second-year students from each discipline take their turn coming to the front of the room, where they will be formally welcomed to their discipline before receiving their hard hats. Students, when it's your turn to be inducted, you will come down to the front of the room and line up across the back of the stage, facing the audience. Actually, I think we're actually doing in front of the stage. After you are welcomed into your discipline, members of your alumni, industry partners, and faculty will come over to place the hard hats on your heads and complete your induction into your discipline. For those larger disciplines, looking at you, civil and mechanical, you might need to make 2 rows to fit everyone in front. Once the first row has received their hard hat, just step behind so that the next row can receive theirs. And once your discipline has been welcomed, please keep your hard hat on until the end of the ceremony. Once all disciplines have received their hard hats, Justin Lewis from Hatch will introduce the Statement of Ethics. Okay, I would now like to welcome Elders Tim Ishapi and Kathy Wapapepa to the stage to bring greetings for tonight's program.
Good evening. So great to see all of you here, all the support, all the great people that sponsor all our young people who are working hard to be the future of all the engineers here in Saskatoon and abroad. You know, I stop and think about all the things that you are accomplishing. And one of the biggest things to the 8 steps that I was just heard that you guys all have to take, discipline, well, the first one is be grateful you have a mom and dad. Second, you have grandparents. Third, thank yourselves. Fourth, always be with your fellow students to do the best that you can. And the 5th is always say thank you to that guy upstairs because he gets you up and he helps you throughout the day. The 6th step is be grateful for every drink water that you have every day. The 7th is to always remind you of all the weather changes that are happening in this big world. You guys are awesome, you're smart, and you can do all kinds of things to help planet Mother Earth, right? And the 8th step I'll tell you is look at yourselves and look at where you want to be in the 8th generation from where you're at right now. Where do you see your grandkids, and what are you going to leave behind for them? You know, I was in grade 5, and my teacher, Miss Chapeau, at that time, you know, she said, "Ishapi." I said, "What?" She said, "Someday in the future, you're going to be paying for water, and it's going to be more than the gas you put in your car." And today, we are there. We are there. So, we have clear water, but what is it going to look like in 8 generations from now? So that's just something for you to ponder, something that I always think about each and every day. And I'm glad that you guys all get to do this in a good way. And then don't forget, I always go to the engineering department, and I look at numbers, and I say, wow. What am I looking at? I told one student. He said, "You're looking at codes." Yeah. So I don't know nothing about codes, but I'm glad you do. So I'm glad you're pursuing something that's so awesome that can help a lot of people in all fields of whatever you're in. And always make sure you're at school and be there every day. That's discipline. And be grateful to your mom and dad because they're putting you through school. So with that said, I'm going to turn the mic over to my wife, because once in a while, before I got up here, I said, "Well, how long do I have?" And you could see hard hats. I wear my hat all the time. This is my hat. And I always think about all of our grandfathers. Before there was ever cars, all we had was 4-legged friends that we used to ride. And my grandfather and him used to say, "I rode to school," right? I rode to school. And for me, I still love my animals. I still have horses. And I'm very glad to have them, even though they cost me lots of money to feed them, like a little kid. So I'm always grateful for what I have. And to be here with you and to do this is awesome. Thank you for having me.
To be asked to give the opening prayer here today is a great honor to me. It's not something that I do very often, and so I appreciate that I've even been asked to be here. I'm happy to be here beside my husband to do this because we've also been through so many struggles. There are so many things in life that can hold you back, and you need to have a person who can help you. Or sometimes you need to have a person who can correct you, or even just give you a little push to do the things that you need to do in your life. And maybe you don't have parents, like Tim said, maybe you don't have somebody, just remember that Tim and I, you can talk to Anita and she can get you in contact with us if you feel like you don't have anyone to talk to or you need support. We can't correct your homework, but we could just be there, just be someone to talk to you. And I just want to, one more time, say hello to my 2 grandsons that I adopted on the way in here. I said, I might have to sneak in with you. I'll pretend I'm your grandmother. So now I am their grandmother. I don't know where they are. They're in here somewhere. That is what we do with this tobacco. This tobacco is such a precious gift to us as Indigenous people because the Creator gave us this tobacco and said, whenever you need to be in contact with me again, use this tobacco. And so we use this tobacco to be reconnected to the Creator, and in reconnecting ourselves to the Creator, we're reconnecting ourselves to all of creation. And when we look at all of creation, we see how it works together. Everything is interconnected. All of us are interconnected. In this room, every person has been in the same space before. When we burn this tobacco, that smoke will rise up. And I always like to imagine it going up into the air and completely all around the whole entire globe. And somebody far away breathes it in, mixes it with their breath, and then breathes it out. So we have to always think about each other. Everything we do impacts another person. Everything that we do can be a positive or it can be a negative. So we want to also, in addition to the future generations, think about the people that are here on Mother Earth now. And all of us are just trying to live together in a good way. Ready?
So I know that you always hear prayers from all kinds of First Nations people, and they always talk Cree, right? How many of you students in here, I know there's 20 of you, that are Cree? Put your hands up so I can see where you're sitting.
Oh,
There's one. Where's the other ones? Well, at least we got one. And I'm so grateful that you are here today. But I'm a Dakota compared to Dakota or Lakota. We're all one branch, just like the Cree. And so in my language, my grandmother always told me to use my language when I pray to him, right? When I pray to him, use your language. So that's what I've always tried to do, is use my language to say a prayer for everybody and to do it in a good way, the best way that she taught me how to do that. And right now, I'm going to ask my wife to pray, and I'll sing a song so that way you guys can hear both, a prayer song and a prayer. But we won't do it over the mic because they always said that's wrong. But I'll stand on this side, she'll be on this side. Those of you that are in front will hear it, okay? But in the meantime, you guys help us out too. Say a prayer for yourselves. This is what I always tell young people. You cannot help another person until you help yourselves first. Got it? So come to school. So that song means I stand here and I'm pitiful, but hear my prayer because I'm very oshig and I'm pitiful standing here today. Thank you for helping me out with your own personal prayers. Oh, midakepi.
Thank you, Elders Tim and Kathy. Now please join me in welcoming our Dean of Engineering, Dr. Michael Bradley.
Hello, everyone. My name is Michael Bradley, and I'm the Dean of the College of Engineering at the University of Saskatchewan. And it's my honor and my great privilege to extend a warm welcome to all of our students, family, alumni, and friends joining us here this evening. And a special thank you to Elders Tim and Kathy for helping us uplift our hard hat ceremony. Their wise words should follow us as we continue through our journey. We're very honored and grateful to have you all as part of our engineering community. And I'd also like to welcome the Honorable Darrell Harrison, our Provincial Minister of Agriculture. We're very pleased to have you here with us today. As we gather today to celebrate your choice of discipline, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge the week of reflection leading up to our country's 5th National Day of Truth and Reconciliation. This week of reflection allows us to come together as a community, broaden our horizons and understanding, and commit to continued education leading to reconciliation. This is how we can all build a better and brighter future for all of us here on these lands. And engineering has a key role to play in building that brighter future. So this evening is one of my favorites because it represents a pivotal moment in our students' academic journey as they select their disciplines and take a step toward their future as professional engineers. The hard hat that our students will receive tonight carries deep symbolism. While not every engineer will wear one in their daily work, the hard hat represents our responsibility, one that we all share, namely to protect others, to keep society safe, and to improve the quality of life for people everywhere. Much like our university's motto, we are called to be what the world needs, to be the engineers that the world needs. And no matter what your discipline is, you have a role to play in that. You will have a role to play in that throughout your career, and your work will have a real and lasting impact. I can assure you of that. So tonight's ceremony is about progress and the beginning of a transition from theory to practice. Before we proceed, I'd also like to acknowledge the generous sponsors who are making this celebration possible. First of all, thank you to Graham Construction, a true partner to our college as an event sponsor, a co-op employer, and an employer to hundreds of our alumni. So thank you very much, Graham. Thank you to the Engineering Advancement Trust, the EAT. Since the 1980s, USask Engineering alumni have supported students by funding state-of-the-art lab equipment and student-focused experiences, like this one tonight, that prepare you to thrive as professional engineers. The EAT was really started as a grassroots effort back in the early 1980s by then Dean Nikiforuk, and it has continued to thrive and blossom and is really carrying us into the new century to great effect. So we're very grateful for their service. We're also thrilled to welcome the Association of Professional Engineers and Geoscientists of Saskatchewan, APEGS, of which many of us here are members and many more will be in the future. They're co-sponsors of the hard hat ceremony this year. And finally, at the conclusion of tonight's event, you'll take an ethics pledge, first introduced with the support of Hatch, who continues to sponsor this important part of the ceremony. Finally, I'd like to extend our collective gratitude to our discipline and graduate student sponsors, Atkins Realis, Calian Advanced Technologies, K&S Potash, O'Kane Consultants, West Can Seal Coating, Women in Mining and Women in Nuclear Saskatchewan, Synovus Energy, and Delco Automation. The commitment of you all to this ceremony is greatly valued. To all of our students here tonight in attendance, I want to share with you 3 pieces of advice. Embrace the challenge is the first. Engineering is demanding. That's the reality of it. But that's what makes it worthwhile. Don't shy away from the struggle or the setbacks. Those are your opportunities to learn, grow, and become resilient. Remember that out of hot fires comes strong steel, and carry that with you in your most challenging exam moments. The second piece of advice is to stay curious and stay connected. Be curious about your discipline. ask questions, and explore opportunities inside and outside of the classroom. Remember, too, that engineering is a team sport. Of course, you'll have many individual sessions of study alone the night before an exam, but that's not all of it. Join student groups, connect with classmates, and build relationships with professors, alumni, and professionals who can guide you on your path. In your engineering career, you will rely on your team members so you can start building those skills and relationships now. As a USask engineer, I can assure you, you are part of a strong and vibrant community. And finally, the third piece of advice is remember the bigger picture. Your journey here is the start of a career with real impact, a career that may last 40 or 50 years. So it's a long time to be in the saddle. So throughout that, be guided by our university's motto of be what the world needs. As a USask engineer, you will help to shape industries, communities, and lives. We're in a period of tremendous technological change. We cannot imagine, as Elder Tim remarked upon, what the world will be like 50 years from now or 8 generations from now. But you will help make that future through your actions. As a USask engineer, you will shape industries, communities, and lives. So carry that responsibility with pride, always act ethically, and believe in yourself. You are exactly where you belong. So, in closing, congratulations to each and every one of you. You are the engineers the world needs. Enjoy your evening.
That was great advice. Thank you, Dean Bradley. If you have been in the engineering building over the past few years, you may remember the red footprints in the hallways. Those footprints are the work of the Engineering Advancement Trust, or the EAT for short. The EAT is a group of alumni and college supporters who are dedicated to ensuring that engineering education at USask remains engaging and on the leading edge of a changing professional landscape. EAT funding keeps USask at the forefront of engineering education. It funds transformative student experiences and projects and helps provide valuable laboratory and shop equipment. Currently, the ETA is fundraising for the Engineering Design Hub, a reimagination of the Hardy Lab as a makerspace, a place where our engineering community will be able to work and play. Once fundraising and construction is complete, it will become the largest hands-on engineering laboratory in any Canadian university. Our next speaker is Philip LePage, EAT Board of Trustees member and Director of Mine Development for Nutrients Potash Operations Unit. Philippe is a USask Mechanical Engineering alumnus and holds an executive MBA from Queen's University. With nearly 3 decades of expertise in Saskatchewan's potash industry and significant community involvement, including board service and award-winning advocacy for women in mining, Philippe brings a wealth of leadership and a passion for positive change to the EAT board. Please join me in welcoming Philippe to the stage.
All right, we won't keep you waiting. So thank you, Mary Stewart and Arliss, for the intros. So today I'm serving as a board trustee with the Engineering Advancement Trust, but it doesn't feel like, although from the decades that Mary Stewart talked about, back in the day, that I was excited to pick my discipline and start my journey as a USask mechanical engineer. The Engineering Advancement Trust, or the EAT for short, is a group of dedicated students and alumni who want to make a difference and give back. We began in 1982, and since then have fundraised over $4 million to support students just like yourselves. The EAT recently sponsored the first-year welcome event last week that some of you might have been at and seen our banners that spoke to our mission, your journey, our support. I'm very proud of the tradition we, as USask engineers, do to give back to our college and the next generation of engineers. Maybe as a test, based on a show of hands, who's actually heard of the EAT before tonight? Well, that's good. That's better than I thought. Good. That's pretty good. So for those of you who haven't, I can guarantee you've actually seen the impact of the EAT, as has mentioned before by our dean. So the red footprints in the college leading to the lab equipment that was funded through EAT alumni donations. All of our second-year students here today were part of Re-Engineered, a transformative project sponsored by alumni and students. And now today, we are proud to be sponsoring the hard hat ceremony. Each year, we support one major event per year of study. Through generous donations, both large and small, annually the EAT invests $40,000 into events like this evening to connect students, build affinity for the college, and celebrate our strong USask engineering community. In addition to sponsoring events, the EAT helps fund teaching and equipment needs, ensuring you have access to hands-on learning, modern labs, and the tools you'll need as professional engineers. Last year alone, approximately $738,000 was distributed to support instructional and equipment needs. As mentioned, our current fundraising focus is supporting the transformation of the Hardy Lab into the Engineering Design Hub. A few weeks ago, the EAT joined USask's annual Giving Day and offered the alumni group matching gift focused on the Engineering Design Hub. In just one day, over $284,000 was raised for the University of Saskatchewan, with engineering donations going directly to the hub. However, our goal isn't complete yet. We're still actively fundraising and we need your help. Passionate students like yourselves can join the EAT to help raise funds, volunteer, and help USask Engineering to build the Engineering Design Hub, the largest hands-on engineering lab in Canada. So to close, on behalf of the alumni and students of the Engineering Advancement Trust, congratulations to all of you on receiving your hard hats this evening. You don't know how proud of you we really are. And in future, I encourage you, consider joining the EAT, continue the tradition, helping future USask engineers have the same incredible opportunities that you enjoy today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Philip, and the EAT. I don't know about you students, but I really enjoyed both the lab equipment that we got to use from the EAT and dancing on the footprints in the hallways. I'd now like to invite Ian Farthing, Council President of the Association for Professional Engineers and Geoscientists of Saskatchewan, also known as APEGS, to bring greetings. Ian is an alum of the college, graduating in 2010 with his Bachelor's of Science in Agriculture and Bioresource Engineering. Ian has worked in the Saskatchewan consulting industry for his entire career, specializing in fields of municipal infrastructure, water and wastewater transport, transportation, and 3D modeling. Please join me in welcoming Ian to the stage.
Good evening. It is a real pleasure to be with you today to share this milestone with you. As you likely already know, the Association of Professional Engineers and Geoscientists of Saskatchewan licenses and regulates the practices of engineering and geoscience in our province. To use the title engineer and to practice engineering in Canada, you must be licensed by APEGS or another of our country's provincial or territorial regulators. I know that you have a lot on your mind with your studies and busy lives, and I'd like to take a couple of moments to illustrate the importance of being licensed and obtaining your professional engineer designation. It's never too late to plan for your future career and put yourself on the path to achieve your professional designation and the right to call yourself an engineer. You're already doing that by enrolling in an accredited engineering program. Getting your license opens up the doors for the future and equips you with the qualifications needed to take advantage of the best opportunities whenever and wherever they arise. Licensure brings access to competitive jobs, higher pay, networking, and opportunities to progress in your career. Ensure that your education pays off for you. You've invested countless hours and hard work to obtain your degree. Pursue obtaining your PN designation. Practicing engineering in the province requires being licensed by the Engineering and Geoscience Act. It is a privilege to be part of one of the most trusted, self-regulating professions in the province. Most importantly, becoming a licensed engineer demonstrates to the public your commitment to upholding the ethics and values of the profession in the public interest. You'll be participating in the ethics pledge later in tonight's ceremony. When you become licensed with APEGS, you'll be guided by another such pledge, the Engineering and Geoscience Code of Ethics. This is a set of enduring principles guiding your conduct and way of life. As a licensed professional, you're required to conduct yourself in an honorable and ethical manner, upholding the values and truth, honesty, and trustworthiness. You'll be called upon to safeguard human life and welfare and the environment, and always demonstrating and applying professional ethics. That sounds a lot, and it is, but you'll be ready. There is a community of exceptional professionals to support you in this. Mentors, regulators, and peers are available to help. In fact, you're surrounded today by representatives of an entire community of learning, growth, and support. It's one of the greatest things about practicing engineering as a profession. All the mentors, peers, role models, and friends you'll meet along the way. You don't have to look very far these days to see all the exciting opportunities that lie ahead for engineers. While you'll no doubt have opportunities to seek a future elsewhere, please give some serious thought in establishing and building your career here in Saskatchewan. From designing groundbreaking innovations to driving solutions for the biggest challenges our society faces, there are all kinds of ways to make vital contributions as an engineer in every discipline. I'll provide an example. I work in a small office in Prince Albert. The common assumption is that progressing in a career needs to occur in a big city office setting. This is far from the truth. My small-town office provides technological services and expertise that our other offices in Calgary, Vancouver, Edmonton, and Toronto aren't providing, or just starting to explore, where we have already been successfully delivering our projects for years. I can assure you that my example is not alone in this province. There are so many success stories occurring that I can tell you confidently that every day more and more opportunities are opening within our great province. We need you, the next generation of engineers, to help protect us and maintain our exceptional way of life here in Saskatchewan. As a professional myself, when I reflect on my own choices, I am pleased and proud that I stayed in Saskatchewan. I know you're excited to continue with your education, and we're eager to welcome you into our profession. I trust that you'll become a part of our community of professionals and take the lead in the amazing innovations and solutions that are going to arise in the years ahead. Thank you and enjoy the evening.
Thank you, Ian. And thank you again to our speakers and to our discipline sponsors. Atkins Realis, Westcan Seal Coating, O'Kane Consultants, Women in Mining, Women in Nuclear Saskatchewan, Kaleen Advanced Technologies, K+S Potash Canada, Synovus Energy, and Delco Automation. Thanks as well to our Ethics Pledge partner, Hatch, and of course, Graham, the Engineering Advancement Trust, and the Association for Professional Engineers and Geoscientists of Saskatchewan.
Okay, we'll now begin the presentation of our hard hats, starting with our graduate students, followed by the second-year students, and then going through each discipline in turn. So I will now ask for our graduate students to join us at the front. So if our Masters of Science, Masters of Engineering, and PhD students could all follow down to the front and stand beside the stage, and please carry your hard hats, do not put them on yet. You can line up beside the stage facing the audience. So wearing our pink hard hats will be our Masters of Science students. In navy, our Masters of Engineering students, and lastly, in gold are our PhD students. It is my pleasure to introduce June Liu and Adam Marlowe from Atkins Realis, who are here to welcome the graduate students to their disciplines. June is the Technical Director for Atkins Realis Environmental and has 20+ years of experience in leading environmental programs in Canada. She holds a bachelor's degree in environmental engineering and a master's of science degree in earth science from the University of Waterloo. Adam has been working for Atkins Realis since 2015 in the Geotechnical Professional Organization. Adam is a member of our USask alumni community, holding a bachelor's in civil engineering. His career has focused on mine tailings management alongside construction and foundation design. Please help me welcome June and Adam.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for the warm introduction. We'd like to begin by acknowledging that we're gathered on Treaty 6 territory and the homeland of the Métis. On behalf of Atkins Realis, we're honored to be here today to celebrate this important milestone with you, our newest graduates in the College of Engineering.
This is our third year sponsoring the hard hat ceremony, and it's always a privilege to witness the energy and ambitions of students stepping into graduate studies. The hard hat you receive today is more than a symbol of safety. It's a badge of responsibility, innovation, and the promise of engineering a better future.
As someone early in my engineering career, I see graduate studies as a launchpad. It's where curiosity meets purpose. Whether you're pursuing a Master of Science, Master of Engineering, or a PhD, you're joining a community that's solving real-world problems, from climate resilience to AI data-driven design.
Absolutely. Graduate study deepen our expertise, sharpen the ability to innovate. It's not just about learning more, it's about learning differently. In my 20 years in consulting engineering, I've seen how graduate level research drive changes. And with my partner working in academia in University of Saskatchewan, Department of Chemical Engineering, I've also seen how graduate students push the boundaries of knowledge on a daily basis.
In recent years, we're seeing exciting developments in engineering, like breakthroughs in carbon capture, wider adoption of nuclear energy, advanced materials, and sustainable infrastructure. These aren't just headlines. They're the kinds of projects you'll be working on.
And they're urgent. Decarbonization is one of the greatest challenges facing engineering society of our time. We are the last generation with the chance to make a meaningful impact. To succeed, we need innovation, we need collaboration, and above all, safety. And that's what the hard hat represents.
You'll notice the colors of the hard hats today. Pink for Master of Science students, navy for Master of Engineering students, and gold for our PhD candidates.
Each color represents a journey, unique but united in purpose. We now would like to invite alumni, professional engineers, faculty, and industrial partners to come forward and place the hard hat on our students.
Please join us in welcoming the newest members of the graduate engineering community. Congratulations. We can't wait to see what you'll build.
And you may now take your seat. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, June, Adam, and Atkins Realis. And congratulations to all of our first-year graduate students. We will now move on to our second-year students, starting with chemical engineering. I'd like to ask all of our chemical engineering students to come on down to the front. And once again, please carry your hard hats, but do not put them on yet. And you can line up in front of the stage once again, facing the audience. So as you guys can see, our chemical engineering students will be the ones in the sky blue hard hats. And speaking on behalf of our chemical engineering hard hat sponsor, Synovus Energy, is Dr. Undu Baik, the department head of Chemical and Biological Engineering program here at USask. Dr. Undu Baik received his bachelor and master's degree in engineering from Pukyon National University in Korea, and his doctorate from Laval University in 1999. Dr. Baik's research focuses on food and bioprocess engineering. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Undu Baik.
Good evening, future chemical engineers. I'm glad to welcome you all to this hard hat ceremony on behalf of Synovus Energy and Chemical and Biological Engineering Department. What do your smartphone battery, life-saving insulin, clean tap water, the fuel that you used today, and even your shirt have in common? They all existed thanks to chemical engineers. We turn language of molecules into solutions that touch every aspect of life. Chemical engineering is essential. We bridge what if and what is. We create cleaner energy, design better batteries, improve refineries, and scale up vaccine production from lab to industry. Here in Canada, and especially here in Saskatchewan, chemical engineering drives our resource economy forward. From the oil sands to potash mining, from agricultural innovations to renewable energy systems, chemical engineers are ones making it happen sustainably and efficiently. Tonight, we want to express our sincere gratitude to Synovus Energy, our generous sponsor. Earlier this year, Synovus invested $1.5 million to create and support the Synovus Energy Makerspace in our new engineering design hub. Their support is creating hands-on learning environments that give you the experience and confidence to lead in an ever-changing engineering landscape. We are deeply grateful for their commitment to your education and tonight's hard hat. You are entering this field at the most innovative time in its history. You'll be using artificial intelligence to optimize processes, designing carbon capture systems to fight climate change, and creating biodegradable plastics. The problem you will solve haven't been solved before. As you begin this journey, remember that remember that every great chemical engineer started exactly where you tonight. Curious, determined, and ready to make a difference. The hard hat you are receiving represents not just the safety, but the promise that you will build something meaningful with your career. Welcome and congratulations, chemical engineers. The world needs what you are going to build. Please, the faculty and alumni and the engineers, please come forward the stage to place the hat on our future chemical engineers. Put on those hard hats with pride. You've got work to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Undu and Synovus Energy, and congratulations to our newest group of chemical engineering students. You guys can take your seats now. Okay, Kamyanj, you guys are good. We'll invite the next group back. My oldest sister is a chemical engineer, and she's the reason I got into engineering, so I guess you guys are all right too. But next, we're going to move on to the good discipline. We will move on to civil engineering. Our civil engineering students are wearing orange hard hats tonight. So I will have everyone from civil proceed up to the front. And I think there's quite a few of you, so if needed, you guys might have to go in 2 rows when you get up here if you can't all fit in one. And I'm also pleased to welcome Patrick Lawton from this evening's civil discipline sponsor, WestCan Seal Coating. Patrick is a project manager and has been working with WestCan for 7 years. He is from Northern England and graduated from Bishop's University in 2022. He is currently completing his master's in project management at the University of Aberdeen in Scotland. Welcome, Patrick.
Good evening, faculty, alumni, and soon-to-be new inductees. As said, my name is Patrick Lawton. I am representing WestCan Seal Coating tonight and our partner company, Western Asphalt Products. Together, we work across Western Canada, preserving and improving the roads and infrastructure that connects all of our communities, be it RM roads or major highways. Our team are on the ground every summer applying the very same principles that likely a lot of you as engineers will learn in your time at school. Last year, I had the privilege of speaking, and I spoke about responsibility and coming with a problem-solving mindset, and about the power you guys will hold as civil engineers to shape the world around us. That message still very much stands, but this year I want to try and build on that, and I want to speak about patience and hard work and the courage to embrace the unknown. I'm very much an imposter set up here. I'm not an engineer. I didn't go to University of Saskatchewan either, but I am still very much at a point where I hope some of these messages will hit you at home as well. Today's precious. So looking at, you're stepping into the world right now that's probably faster than it's ever been. For us that have social media, we'll see that the success stories flash across your screens constantly. The comparisons are constant. The pressure's real. Own the home now, climb the ladder, have it all figured out. But hear me clearly, someone that's not too far away from where you guys are right now. You're not behind, you're very much at the beginning. So as I'll say again, it's okay not to own a home, it's okay not to be the millionaire yet, it's okay not to have everything in your life mapped out. Civil engineers, you guys will know this sooner or later. A lot of great projects take time. Bridges are not built in a day, and nor are roads laid overnight. I put that in, and now I'm recognizing I've laid some roads overnight over the last couple of days. So I'm going to speak to a quote that I read first when I was 15, and it's a book that I go back to regularly. I'm not a religious man or by any means, but it was a book that stuck with me, and it was The Art of Happiness by the Dalai Lama. He said, one should not see patience as a sign of weakness, but rather as a sign of strength. So patience is not passive, it is power. But I believe that that patience needs to be paired with an effort, so hard work. The world may glorify shortcuts and overnight success, as speaking to before, Instagram and all those things. We see all these people that are supposedly successful, but nothing lasting is ever built that way. I will say another quote, and I didn't read this one, I just found it on the internet, by Winston Churchill, as another Englishman, says, continuous effort, not strength or intelligence, is the key to unlocking our potential. Hard work is not only about the results, it builds our resilience, our discipline, and our character. And speaking to that uncertainty, and at the present time, it's okay to be confused, to be between jobs, to not know exactly where your plan will take you. And civil engineering is full of surprises. Unexpected ground changes, sudden weather, shift in plans. Life is the exact same. Confusion is not failure, it is the beginning of discovery. And while you walk the path, don't forget to enjoy the present. And I can mean that because I'm already missing it. These years of study, of friendship, of growth, they'll never come again. So do not rush past them. Enjoy every single minute of it. Looking at older generations, we can see that they lived by hard work, patience, and community. So let's hope that our generation doesn't forget this. In a world of speed, immediacy, technology constantly changing, the future needs both of those things. The wisdom of patience and the energy of innovation. And so today, as you receive your hard hat, remember it is more than a protection. It is a symbol of the journey ahead, and it will remind you that life is not a race, but a build. Wear it proudly. Let it remind you that it's okay not to have all the answers, that greatness is like the roads I just mentioned, the bridges, and communities you'll one day help shape. It will be built step by step and effort by effort. At this time, I'm going to invite the alumni, professional engineers, and faculty to the front to place the hard hats on our new students. Welcome to civil engineering. Thank you.
Okay, you guys can all go sit down now. Thank you. And thank you, Patrick and Westcan Seal Coating, for being part of the ceremony this evening, and congratulations to our newest civil engineering students. Let's now have our environmental engineering students join us at the front of the room. Our environmental engineering students are wearing the black hats tonight, and I would like to introduce Lindsay Thorson from our discipline sponsor, O'Kane Consultants. Lindsay Thorson is an intermediate consultant based in Saskatoon, specializing in site monitoring, brine migration investigations, and remediation, as well as environmental permitting and reporting. She is part of the numerical modeling group and is experienced in developing conceptual and numerical models to inform closure and reclamation planning for sites across the world. Her primary focus has been on closure cover systems in cold regions and subtoxic zone development as a method of source control for large mine rock storage facilities. Thank you to O'Kane Consultants for sponsoring the hard hats for our environmental engineering students. Welcome, Lindsay.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for having me today. I'm honored to be back here at the hard hat ceremony on behalf of O'Kane Consultants, but also as an alumnus of the University of Saskatchewan, in fact, participating in the very first hard hat ceremony that was ever held by the college. O'Kane is proud to be sponsoring your hard hats tonight. At O'Kane, it is our mission to help mining companies return land responsibly and safely at the end of a mine's life cycle. We believe in challenging the status quo and advocating for meaningful partnerships and positive outcomes for community stakeholders and our Indigenous rights holders. At O'Kane, we operate by our core values, and I believe these 5 values really capture what it means to be an environmental engineer. Number 1, smart and clever. Environmental engineering is a broad and complex discipline. It takes a special kind of person to understand how each and every component comes together, how the tiniest insect is related to the biggest watershed, how the construction of a mine during the initial permitting process can lead to successful outcomes for all stakeholders in closure, how waste of one process can be transformed into fuel for another. We're here to look at the bigger picture and find new and innovative solutions to the world's problems. Number 2, positive. Environmental engineering is no easier than any other discipline. It's tough and trying, and yes, there'll be times where you want to quit because you just can't wrap your head around the concept of gravity being rounded to 10, or you have any idea what the hydraulic conductivity of a silty clay might be. But you'll keep your head up because you know that the path you've chosen is a worthy one and one that the world desperately needs. Thoughtful and caring. Environmental engineering is about working together. It's not you versus me or us versus them, environment versus profit. It's about integrating the work of biologists, geologists, mechanical and electrical engineers, Indigenous knowledge keepers, and so many more, working together from all walks of life to build a better tomorrow. Number 4, humble. Environmental engineering is a vast discipline, and you're never going to know everything there is to know about it. And that's okay. It's okay to make mistakes, and it's okay to admit when you don't know the answer. The most critical piece of advice I can offer is to listen to those around you. A wealth of experience exists beyond your own personal bubble. Never be afraid to ask questions or to ask for help when you need it. Number 5, passionate. You wouldn't be entering this discipline without some sort of passion for the environment. We have one planet and an obligation to use our resources responsibly. Environmental engineering is all about taking pride in environmental stewardship and helping others to do the same. Our biggest challenges as a discipline are yet to come, tackling waste reduction, the continuing integration of renewable energies into our existing grids, climate change, just to name a few. But we won't have to do it alone. As a discipline, we may be small, but together we have the knowledge and determination to change the world. So on that note, I would now ask our alumni to come forward and help with the distribution of hard hats. Welcome to the wonderful world of environmental engineering, and you may now take your seats.
Thank you, Lindsay. That is wonderful advice for all of the disciplines and the rest of us as well. So thank you, Lindsay and OK Consultants, and congratulations to our new environmental engineering students. I will now ask our geological engineering students to please file to the front of the stage. You will see that they are going to have green hard hats tonight. And I would like to welcome Lena Thomas from Women in Mining, Women in Nuclear Saskatchewan, or WIMWIN, for the geological engineering presentations. And I just have to give a shout out to WIMWIN. They are a wonderful organization in our province. So if you are a female in engineering, when you graduate, make sure you look these guys up. They have amazing mentorship opportunities and continuing education, so look them up. Lena is the vice chair of the board of directors of Women in Mining, Women in Nuclear Saskatchewan, and a triple alumna of the University of Saskatchewan, with bachelor's and master's degrees in mechanical engineering and a master's degree in women's and gender studies. Lena has worked in a wide variety of roles in the manufacturing, transportation, mining, and engineering consulting industries, and is currently a senior project manager with Hatch. Welcome, Lena.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Lena Thomas, and I'm the Vice Chair of the Board of Directors of Women in Mining, Women in Nuclear Saskatchewan. Our organization works to connect, support, and inspire a diverse workforce in the mining and nuclear sectors right here in Saskatchewan. And I'm thrilled to welcome you back for your second year, a year where you'll go from laying the groundwork to shaping your future. Let's take a moment to just appreciate how far you've come since you first arrived. Your first year was all about adjusting to university life, meeting new people, learning the basics of geology and engineering. And now as you begin your second year, you're ready to build on that foundation, tackle more complex subjects, and start applying your knowledge. Geological engineers are critical to the mining and nuclear sectors in our province. You work to ensure that we can safely and responsibly extract resources from the ground. You also make sure that the really heavy things that the other disciplines design don't sink or fall over. And that's more my experience. This year, you'll dig deeper into subjects like engineering geology and earth processes. You'll see how what you learn in lectures connects to the rocks, landscapes, and engineering challenges you'll encounter in the real world. There'll be fieldwork, lab experiments, and your design project that will help you to learn to think critically and solve problems creatively. Of course, your experience will go beyond coursework. This is your chance to find out what technical areas you're really interested in. You get to know your classmates better, learn from your profs and staff, and perhaps join clubs and research groups. These experiences and connections will shape not only your time at university, but your future career. And there will be tough moments. University's tough. There's complex concepts, tight deadlines, and the occasional setback. But remember, you're not in this alone. Reach out to your profs, staff, teaching assistants, and your friends if you need help. Stay curious, stay open, and support each other along the way. The teamwork and perseverance that you develop now will be invaluable throughout your studies and your career. And I have two items for you. I have a request and I have some advice. My request: as you move through your studies and into your career, take time to pause and reflect on the journeys of your fellow students and peers. Check in on them. Everyone walks a different path, and some people's paths are steeper or more challenging through no fault of their own. Be present for those around you. Offer your support. And when you see systems or policies that create barriers, use your voice to advocate for change. And here's my advice. Although it can seem like there are a lot of rules on how to succeed in life, the truth is there aren't many or any. If something sparks your interest, go for it. Don't wait for the perfect time. Find people you admire, talk to them, learn from them. And when opportunities show up, even small ones, grab them. You never know which one will open the door to something extraordinary. The world needs your smarts, your curiosity, your courage, and your kindness. Go out there and make your mark. Now I'd like to welcome the alumni, professional engineers, and faculty to the front to help place the hard hats on the students. Okay, welcome to geological engineering. You can take your seats.
Thank you, Lena and Wimwin SK, and congratulations to our new geological engineering students. Next, we'll have our computer engineering students join us at the front. Our computer engineering students will be in gray hats, and I'm pleased to welcome Dr. Sukbom Ko, Department Head of Electrical and Computer Engineering, to lead the presentation of the hard hats for computer engineering. Dr. Sukbom Ko earned his Bachelor of Science and his Master's in Computer Engineering from Junbuk National University in Korea, and his PhD in Computer Engineering from the University of Rhode Island. Professor Ko joined the University of Saskatchewan in 2002. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Ko.
Good evening, everyone. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to this hard hat ceremony, which is a milestone that marks your formal entry into the profession of computer engineering. Some might wonder, why do computer engineers need hard hats? After all, your toughest construction project may be stacking energy drinks during an all-night coding and hardware debugging session. But the hard hat is a powerful symbol. It represents resilience, responsibility, and readiness for challenges, whether you are designing the next chip architecture, optimizing artificial intelligence systems, or securing the backbone of the digital world. Computer engineering is at the center of the most exciting technological revolution of our time, from artificial intelligence that can diagnose diseases, to autonomous vehicles that navigate our roads, to quantum computing that promises to solve problems once thought impossible. None of these breakthroughs happen without the foundation of computer engineering. You are stepping into a field that doesn't just adapt to the future, it builds the future. And remember, while the hard hat may protect your head, it's what's inside your head, your creativity, your curiosity, and your persistence that will truly shape the world. At this time, I would like to warmly welcome the alumni, professional engineers, and faculty to the front to place the hard hats on our students. Congratulations once again. Welcome to Computer Engineering. You may now take your seat. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ko, for welcoming our newest computer engineering students, and congratulations. We are going to ask the electrical engineering students to join us at the front now. They are in yellow tonight. And also join me in welcoming Daryl Workington on behalf of the discipline sponsor, Kalian Advanced Technologies, for the electrical engineering presentations. Daryl Workington is Vice President of Production and Innovation at Kalian Defense and Space, where he leads engineering, manufacturing, and R&D initiatives. He holds degrees in electrical engineering and computer science from the University of Saskatchewan, and has built his career designing embedded systems and software-defined radios for satellite communications, defense, and mining applications. In his current role, Daryl is passionate about advancing Canadian industry and research capabilities that support national sovereignty and enhance Canada's global impact. Let's welcome Daryl.
Good evening. I'm really grateful for the opportunity to be a part of this event. It's very inspiring to see all the students, the excitement, the joy of choosing their discipline. I've spent my career as an electrical engineer designing electronics and writing software. So the last time I wore a hard hat was to a Riders game in 2005. And actually that hard hat seemed a lot more advanced than the hard hats here. It had 2 spots for drink cans and a straw. Something to think about for the job site. I've worked at Kalian for about 25 years, and we do all sorts of exciting and very challenging work. We have the privilege of getting the hard jobs, including working on Lunar Gateway Canadarm3 program, the European Space Agency's Deep Space Antenna Network, and systems for SiriusXM. And most of the engineers, including myself, are U of S graduates, and many of them are electrical engineering graduates, which really speaks volumes about the quality of the engineering program at the U of S and the choice you're making here tonight. So tonight you're choosing your hard hat color, and I really like to say I love the color yellow. You've now answered the most salient question you've had up until this point in your life. You finally know who you're going to be when you grow up. So given that, I feel it's important that I then let you know in on a few things you're going to run into as you morph from who you are today into an electrical engineer. You're going to start seeing the world in very different ways. Things won't look the same to you ever again. You'll feel like Superman with X-ray vision, able to peer through the case of your cell phone and know what's on the inside. You'll see large magnetic fields swirling around power lines, passing clouds, cosmic rays, static electricity, lightning, and people will all be now sources of uncertainty to you, and you will spend nights awake worrying about what they will do to the systems you're working on. And you'll see the world as more and more malleable. You'll gain the ability to change the way things work, have an impact on the direction we take, and you'll find affecting that change to be very fulfilling. So when I was working on this speech, I had a lot on my mind, and I think the world actually has a lot on its mind lately. We find ourselves in a time with probably too much uncertainty. The world seems less and less familiar every day. And in this moment in time, I believe the world needs more Canada. As strong, compassionate, honest, and fair a Canada as we can build. There's lots that goes into building a strong Canada, but you should be clear that the choice you're making tonight, not just the electrical engineers, but all the engineering students in the room, are all important contributions to that goal. I want you all to think about that and keep Canada in heart and mind as you make your way through your career. I want to leave you with what's become the Callian wish for new engineers. May you know that the only numbers you really need are 0 and 1. May the magic smoke remain contained and operational in all of your ICs. May your AC always run hot. May you know that being an electrical engineer will give you the power to create many incredible things. And may you know that the key to creating all incredible things, including your family and friendships, is to first create the most empowering thing of all, yourself. Alumni, professional engineers, and faculty, I'd ask you to come to the front of the stage and bestow hats upon this fine group of deserving students. Welcome to Electrical Engineering. You can now take your seat.
Thank you, Daryl and Kalian, and congratulations to our new electrical engineering students. Now, the moment we've all been waiting for, I might be a little biased, welcoming my favorite discipline, our mechanical engineering students. So yes, mechanical engineering students, please come forward. These will be the students in the white hats. So leading this portion is our mechanical engineering alum, Sam Ferris. As Sam comes to the front, I would like to thank K+S Potash Canada for sponsoring and supporting our mechanical engineering students this evening. Sam is a double alum with both his bachelor and master's in mechanical engineering. Sam is the president of K+S Potash Canada, taking on this leadership role in 2018 with over 23 years of experience in the potash industry, which plays a pivotal role here in Saskatchewan. Thank you, Sam, for taking the time to join us this evening.
Still organizing those mechanicals, right? 2 rows, we can do it. Big group, nice to see. Good evening, alumni, students, and colleagues. I'm very proud to be able to spend a few short minutes with you all tonight. My hope is to fill you with just a little bit of pride and a degree of inspiration to help carry you forward into your mechanical engineering discipline studies. I'm the leader for K+S Potash Canada. We're a potash mining company here in the province and a proud alumni of the University of Saskatchewan mechanical engineering undergrad and graduate programs. And while, yes, we do need all disciplines to help solve the myriad of technical and leadership challenges that lie ahead, I'm going to focus on the mechanical engineering discipline tonight. Mechanical engineers are the engine of our technologically driven society. We provide the know-how to make industry, utilities, manufacturing, infrastructure for healthcare, medical, pharmaceuticals, aviation, transportation, and many other areas of our modern society work. We're the quintessential problem solvers for all manner of technical problems, but also due to our diverse education and perspectives, we happen to make pretty good leaders as well. For my graduating class of mechanical engineers, I think I can count a number of CEOs, business owners, general managers, vice presidents, and senior technical leaders, and all around great people among the class of fewer than 75 grads. Oh, here's the part. When I was your age, I can't even remember when I was your age, what am I saying? I definitely wasn't sure what discipline to select. I think in the end I chose it because my grandfather was like a mechanical and I really liked airplanes or something like that. But in the end it seemed that mechanical was about solving some really interesting technical problems, and that appealed to me. What I learned in my 27 years since finishing my master's is we're simply just excellent problem solvers. All kinds, technical, management, business, policy, ooh, that sounds boring, right? Organizational, team, culture. Actually, those are some of the biggest ones to solve. We have a unique, objective way of breaking down problems to its basics and then building solutions from there. It really is almost limitless what you can do with a mechanical engineering degree. It said something about giving advice. I don't know about that. Everyone has to find your own path. There's my advice. I can't do it for you. You can only do that for yourself. I think there's been a lot of great words tonight, starting with our elders, talking about that belief in yourself first, helping yourself first. I can only say spend time to really get to know yourself, what drives you, what demotivates you, what inspires you to put in the extra effort you will need to get through your studies, yes, and certainly what comes after. Lean into that. Live your life with passion and energy and belief that you have an essential purpose to fulfill on this planet, and then go find ways to apply that passion to feel pride of accomplishment when you can, and to find the will to dust yourself off and get back on the horse when you fall short. Engineering studies is as much as anything about understanding what you're truly capable of and building a resiliency that will serve you well in life. I also would encourage you to get to know your colleagues. These are all people you have, by definition, something in common with, and that is powerful and comforting, especially when it's March and you're feeling done with all this work. I truly wish you all the best, and I would like to ask faculty, professional engineers, and alumni to join me up front to place hard hats on the students. Looks like K+S is going to have to get a bigger budget for hard hats. Incredible. Welcome to our proud discipline of mechanical engineering. You may now take your seat.
Thank you, Sam, and K+S Potash Canada, and congratulations to our new mechanical engineering students. I also have another sister who is a mechanical engineer, so I guess you guys are okay too. She helped me get through first year university, that's for sure. And I'll say, the notes here say that we're saving the best for last, but I think I already played my hand of which disciplines I like. So, but this is a special group too. So could all of our engineering physics students make their way to the front? They have beige hard hats tonight. So I want to say thank you to Delco Automation for sponsoring the discipline of engineering physics. And I'm pleased to welcome Joel Polak to lead our final presentation and welcome our engineering physics students. Joel is currently an automation engineer in training at Delco and a recent alumnus of the college, earning his bachelor's degree in engineering physics in 2024. Joel is also a past Schulich Leader Scholarship recipient. Please join me in welcoming Joel.
Good evening, everyone. As mentioned, I'm a recent graduate of the Engineering Physics program and in engineering training at Delco Automation. For those who may not know, Delco is a Canadian company headquartered here in Saskatoon. We focus on industrial automation, but in particular, we do a lot of work in the water treatment and wastewater sector. From mechanical and electrical design to physical manufacturing, the programming and long-term service, Delco makes the water treatment systems that supply our communities, big and small. I spent a significant amount of time in recent days thinking about what advice I wish I could have given myself when I was in the shoes you're in today. And unfortunately, it'd take more time than I have. And as the other speakers know, some lessons stick better when you learn them the hard way. You've already been shown the physics of how the world works at a high level. And in the coming years, you'll be exposed to concepts behind how things work at a deeper and deeper level. You'll see the crossover between fields, and you'll see how a byproduct of one process can be the solution to a completely different problem. Since entering industry, I've never doubted if the degree was worth pursuing. In the coming weeks, months, and years, the program you're in will change the way you think of, view, and interact with the world around you. And as intimidating as that may sound, it's truly beautiful. As you receive your hard hats today, it's time for celebration. Celebration of the effort and time that's gotten you this far. Celebration for the communities that have supported you. Celebration in choosing a discipline, even though from the colors of the hard hats, it looks like a lot of you chose wrong. But the hard hat you've chosen today is also symbolic of ethics and responsibility to come. As you enter the workforce in a few short years, I'd like you to understand that ethics can be as simple as telling your supervisor that you need some support, or that you need a little bit more time to validate a project before you ship it out. It can also be as small as saying, I think I know the answer to that, but let me double check, instead of spreading possibly false information. I now get to spend my days working with a handful of other EP alumni, and I guess other disciplines too, building controls logic for some of our country's most essential infrastructure. Regardless of how complicated any given system may be, I get to find fulfillment knowing the impact of our work and what it brings to communities across Saskatchewan and Canada. We all have bad days, but at least I can say when I have them, I get to show up feeling proud of the work we do and how I spend my time. Whether it be in industry, academia, or service to your community in some other form, I encourage you to ask yourself in the years to come what impact you'd like to have, to one day use the skills you've learned here to make the world a better place, not for yourself, but for those around you. I'd like to now invite the alumni to come up for the hard hats.
Okay, thank you, Joel and Delco Automation, and congratulations to our new engineering physics students. You guys can sit down now. Okay. As our Eng Phys students make their way back to their seats, I would like to thank all the speakers for sharing their words of wisdom and insight with our future engineers. Now, as we look back to our students, you can see a colorful display of hard hats. Please join me in a round of applause for all of this evening's hard hat recipients.
Congratulations again. There's one more important element of tonight's ceremony. Students, once you become professional engineers, you will be required to follow the regulations and bylaws that govern engineers in the province or provinces where you're registered to practice. These rules include a code of ethics. Right now, I'd like you to find the Statement of Ethics card that was in your hard hat. This pledge introduces you to the high level of conduct expected of professional engineers. The Statement of Ethics outlines the college's expectations for your behavior as engineering students. How you conduct yourself now builds the foundation for your careers as professional engineers. Hatch has joined us tonight as our ethics sponsor to demonstrate its shared commitment to ethics in the profession. I'd like to welcome Justin Lewis, Engineering Manager with Hatch. Justin has been with Hatch for 14 years now, working on a variety of projects across the province, predominantly within the potash industry. Please join me in welcoming Justin.
Hey, good evening, everybody. And wow, I absolutely love this event. Hatch has been sponsoring the Ethics Pledge for a number of years now. This is only the second year that I've been doing it, but man, I hope you guys invite me back. It's a lot of fun. I guess sitting in the front row and, seeing all you young folks come up and accept your hard hats, I love it because it really puts me back into when I was in, finishing up my first year, going into second year of engineering, and reminds me of how proud I was, getting into mechanical engineering. That was my pick, but no favorites. Just how proud I was in getting that achievement and putting that under my belt. And I hope all of you feel that same sort of that pride. You've come a long way. This is just one more achievement under your belt, but there's definitely more to come. So I want to join the College of Engineering and tonight's speakers and attendees in congratulating each and every one of you on this milestone on your path towards becoming an engineer. It's an absolute honor and pleasure here to represent Hatch and in doing this ethics pledge. I know firsthand how much focus this college places on ethics and ensuring that you understand the responsibility and just the importance of them. So thank you again to Dean Michael Bradley and the College of Engineering for arranging this amazing event for all of you students. So just before we recite the ethics pledge here together, I'd just like to spend a couple of minutes talking about what ethics means to Hatch. I don't think I have a clicker. Does this work? Does this click? Perfect. Okay, so as many of you may or may not know, Hatch is a global multidiscipline engineering firm. We're a Canadian company. We're based in Mississauga. We have about 10,000 people globally in about 150 different countries. We've been in Saskatoon. We've had a Saskatoon office for about 16 years now and have about 150 employees in the Saskatoon office, most of whom are engineers. Actually, our office is right in the Innovation Place area. You might not have seen it. They don't let us put a sign on the building, but we're there. Our company has strong principles and a good reputation for conducting business with integrity and earning the respect and trust of our clients, employees, customers, and communities in which we work. That trust is paramount to our success and will be paramount to your success as an engineer as well. That trust cannot happen without each and every one of our 10,000 employees acting with the highest amount of integrity. Remember, the public doesn't remember the bridge that they drive across every day to get to work, but they're going to remember the one that falls down when they hear about it in the news. Similarly, our clients our local potash clients aren't going to remember the conveyor gallery that doesn't fall down, but it's in operation for 50 years. But you're willing to bet we're going to hear about the one when it collapses. The bottom line is our clients, public, and customers all count on us to perform with expertise, integrity, and in an ethical manner. So at Hatch, a number of years ago, we devised what we call our manifesto. It's really our core mission, values, and guiding principles. And I just think I'd like to share where the ethics pledge kind of lines perfectly with our manifesto at work. We judge our employees, not just based on their technical performance, but also on how well they perform in alignment with our manifesto. So a few examples of what are up on the screen there. Achieving no harm. That means ensuring that our designs are safe and environmentally responsible. We do our homework so that we're clear and that we understand the situation thoroughly and we avoid rushing to solutions. Always seek help where needed. Being unconditionally honest with each other and to our clients and customers is critical. We're not always perfect. We're never perfect. We need to work together to uncover possible gaps and errors in our designs, working together. And finally, we live our commitments with integrity. When we make commitments, we stand by them. There we go, okay. I hope that gives you a bit of a sense of what ethics means to a company like Hatch. I'd like each of the students that has an ethics card, please stand and recite the ethics pledge with me here. Okay. As a University of Saskatchewan engineering student, I know that my attitudes, actions, and behaviors must always reflect the high standards of the profession I have chosen. What I do today builds my future. I promise to conduct myself with integrity, honesty, fairness, courtesy, and good faith towards others and give credit where credit is due. I promise to be a leader in demonstrating my commitments to academic integrity and upholding the honorable and ethical nature of the engineering profession in all that I do. I promise I will treat all students, staff, and faculty with respect and understanding while valuing the diversity of our engineering community. In taking this pledge, I accept my responsibility as a USask Engineering student to uphold these promises to myself and others so that together, engineers the world needs. Thanks so much. Everybody can take a seat, and congratulations again. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Justin and Hatch. On behalf of USask Engineering, Graham Construction, the Engineering Advancement Trust, thank you everyone for joining us to celebrate our engineering students. Graham has a rich history of partnerships with USask Engineering, and we are delighted to support this important milestone in the academic careers of these students. The hard hat ceremony and all of the sincere messages delivered tonight reflect our culture of caring. When it comes to our employees, clients, partners, community, and each other, Graham truly cares, so we feel honored to join in this evening's ceremony. A special thank you to the alumni, faculty, and staff who were able to join us this evening. Speakers, thank you for welcoming the students into their disciplines. Your presence here and your insight into the world of engineering is so valuable and offers great inspiration to the room this evening.
We'd also like to say thank you again to our 2025 Hard Hat Ceremony sponsors, which make an amazing evening like this possible. So thank you to Graham Construction and our Hard Hat sponsors, the Engineering Advancement Trust, APEGS, and our Ethics Pledge sponsor, Hatch, and our discipline sponsors, Atkins Realis, Westcan Seal Coating, O'Kane Consultants, USask, Kaleen Advanced Technologies, K+S Potash Canada, Synovus Energy, and Delco Automation. And congratulations again to all the students who have entered their engineering discipline and joined us for this special hard hat ceremony. With this evening's ceremony, you are officially inducted into your program of study.
This brings the formal portion of the evening to a close. Please leave the remaining hard hats as they are claimed for students who are unable to attend this evening. Everyone is welcome to stay for the reception, where we have an ice cream sundae bar for you to enjoy. On behalf of the College of Engineering, the team at Graham, thank you for joining us at this year's hard hat ceremony.